Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla Cosmos. If you are coming back, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am a former English teacher turned digital nomad living here in Taiwan. And today we're gonna be talking about plastic bags. Since I came from the United States and I have now since lived in Taipei, Jinmen, and in Kaohsiung in Taiwan, I've noticed that there is a very different culture and mindset around plastic bags. Now, I do know that there are some laws and regulations about plastic bags already in Taiwan, and I am going to talk about those shortly. And I know that with the lockdown, it's almost unavoidable to use plastic bags unless you are always buying fresh food that has no packaging and you're cooking it at home. It's almost unavoidable that you're going to use plastic bags. But today, I just want to focus on the general culture of plastic bags that I've noticed regardless of COVID, because as you can see, I'm not a perfect person either. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I'm so much better than everybody because I care about how many plastic bags we use. It's not like that at all. So throughout this video, I'm going to cover the mindset of plastic bag use in Taiwan versus the US. I'm also going to talk about some statistics, and then I'm also going to talk about what are some things that we can do to reduce our plastic bag use on a regular basis. So let's get into it. Well, that was extremely awkward. Keep going. First, I want to talk about the mindset that I noticed around people using plastic bags between the US and Taiwan. And I'm going to start with the United States from my experience because the United States is a huge country. There are people that use plastic bags and want plastic bags and don't have the idea to bring a reusable bag with them in the US. But in general, in the United States, you will find that there are efforts to push people to bring reusable bags. Whether you're at a grocery store, if you're going to a farmer's market, you will even see stores selling reusable bags and encouraging you to use those reusable bags instead of getting plastic every time you go to a grocery store or any type of shop. In addition, at least when it came to my circle of friends, there was pressure to use your reusable bag. For example, if you are like walking to the store and you realize, oh my God, I forgot my reusable bag, you turn around, go home and get your reusable bag. So there is a pretty big mindset around it. And actually I talked to one of my friends recently and she told me that in New York City, plastic bags are banned entirely, which is so awesome. So in general, the mindset is pretty anti-plastic bag. All right, so now I'm gonna talk about the mindset of plastic bag use in Taiwan. So in Taiwan, there's actually 2 laws that have been implemented to help reduce the amount of plastic bag use in the country. And it has been, I would say, seemingly effective. So for example, if you go to a grocery store, convenience store, tea shop, all of these places that I'm listing here, if you want a bag, you have to pay for it because that is the law. And that I think is so incredible because that covers a good portion of places where we would get plastic bags in Taiwan. So the places where you will often experience people just being like, bag, and you get a bag, and you get a bag, and you get a plastic bag. I've had so many times where I've literally been angry about people giving me plastic bags when I clearly don't need one. So let me reel it in. So the primary places you'll find people just like using plastic bags on a very regular basis are at outdoor markets and for takeout food. When I go to a outdoor market, people are like excited to give me a plastic bag or something. Like and I know it's just an automatic reaction to grab a bag, but I find it really frustrating sometimes. So the other day I'm at the market and I'm looking at these apples. And as I'm leaning over and looking at these apples, haven't really even made my decision as to whether or not I want to buy them, the woman from the counter is standing there like this, like offering me the bag to put the apples in. So I told her, no thank you, I don't want the bag. And then I patted my backpack. She also has some fresh food. So there was this little, like these little bags of dumplings, like tiny little bags, right? And you know, sometimes in these cases, especially because of COVID, you can't not get food without some type of packaging. So I decide that I'm gonna get the apples and then I'll also get this little bag of dumplings. I was like, okay, well, yeah, and she's like, okay. And then she takes the dumplings and then she takes another little plastic bag and puts the dumplings in another plastic bag. The one that she put it in just had some handles because apparently, you know, I need handles if I'm gonna carry this other plastic bag. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I do not mean to be so angry sounding. It has nothing to do with this woman. It has to do with a mindset of normalizing and thinking that this is how we should do it. And I've had things like multiple instances like this happen. Anytime I go to like a market, as soon as I see the clerk start reaching for the bag, I'm like, no, booyah, booyah. Okay, not exactly like that, but you have to be quick to stop them because they grab those bags really quick. And you gotta be fast because next thing you know, they're gonna have the plastic bag and your stuff's gonna be in the bag. And it's like, it feels rude to take it out of the bag. Okay, now I'm just ranting, but like, you know, like I said, I'm not perfect. There's many instances where I use plastic bags in Taiwan, but there's many times where it's like, well, I have my own bag and I very intentionally bring my own bag, and yet people are still just like getting real excited about using the plastic bags, even though I am trying to make an effort and I clearly don't need them sometimes, but I get handed the bag before it's too late. Now we're gonna move on and I'm actually going to look at the statistics, or the best I could find when it came to statistics. So what I wanted to do looking at the numbers was see, comparing between the US and Taiwan, how many bags does the average person use every year? And this is what I got. So in Taiwan in 2018, according to the EPA, 15.2 billion plastic bags were used in the country of Taiwan. And in 2018, the population of Taiwan was 23.8 million. And this comes out to about 642 bags per person per year, or at least in this year, 2018. That's almost 2 bags a day. Okay, a little bit less than 2 bags a day. Looking at the numbers in the United States, I will admit that it was harder to find statistics. Like I was going through like all the websites trying to find the hard data. It wasn't the easiest to find, but I have 2 conclusions and 2 numbers to go off here. The first accurate number I was able to get about plastic bag use in the United States is that we use around 100 billion plastic bags per year in the United States. And in the year 2019, the population of the US was 328.2 million people. This comes out to about 304 bags being used per person every year. Now there is another number that I got in regards to the US. This is according to a National Geographic article. It says that Americans use about 365 plastic bags a year, so that would be 1 plastic bag every day. So you know what, let's just round up the other number I did, and now we have these 2 numbers comparing Taiwan and the United States. And Taiwan's plastic bag usage is still almost twice as much. What can we do to have a healthier balance when it comes to our relationship with plastic bags? The first thing would be to obviously bring your own reusable bag. So for example, when I go shopping, I always make sure that I bring my backpack because I can fit a bunch of stuff in it. I also have this beautiful wind lion bag that I will fold up and put into here. So then if I end up with a lot of extra stuff, I have 2 bags. What is ideal when you're using your own reusable bags is to own the amount of reusable bags that you might actually use. It doesn't make sense for me to have 5 reusable bags if the most I ever am carrying home is what I just showed you with my book bag and my other bag. I only need that much space, so then I only need those 2 bags to use. So get yourself some reusable bags that are durable and that you're gonna be able to use for a long time, and then eventually they will make up for that energy, and you will also be reducing the amount of plastic bags that you need. And also make sure that when you are going to outdoor markets that you simply say no. If you can carry what you're buying, if you already have a bag, then tell the vendors at those markets before they reach for that plastic bag, or as they're reaching for it, tell them, please don't give me a plastic bag. Just say no to it. Another thing we can do, which is also very important, but unfortunately not as easy to do because of lockdown, is to eat out at restaurants. Instead of getting takeout, which one uses containers, also includes a plastic bag, go to the restaurant. Eat off of their plates that they have to wash. Use the utensils that are not throwawayable. That's not a word. So once restaurants open, make sure that you are going to those restaurants and not just staying at home and ordering takeout all the time. Another thing we can do when it comes to the plastic bags that we already have is to repurpose them. So for example, I could use it as a party activity. No, but for example, you can use them as a shower cap. If you have a dog, you can pick up your dog poo with these bags rather than going and buying the dog poo bags. Just use the plastic bags that you already have. You can also use them for crafts if you have children. I'll put some links below that share some things that we can do with the plastic bags that we already have and how can we reuse them. I'm really glad that I got to talk about this today because I think it's a really important issue. I think we need to be much more conscious with our plastic bag use. Like I said, I am no saint when it comes to not using plastic bags. They're in my life almost every single day, especially because of the lockdown. But with that said, I think when we have the opportunity to say no to a bag, say no to a bag. Leave a comment below and tell me, what do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you use a lot of plastic in your life? Thank you so much for watching. Please, if you like the video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel while you are at it. And I will see you next time. Peace.